Beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, Waheguru. Beautiful am I, bountiful am I.
Greetings. Welcome. This is Spirit Voyage's vlog series.
And we're back this month with an amazing series we've created
Here we
called
are.
Creating Miracles with Mantra. A teacher's favorite, chanting, mantra, everybody's favorite, right?
That's right. Everybody's favorite. And so we're going to go ahead and tune in as we get ready to let you know what we're going to flow through. But let's start it with the mantra. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, bowing to the divine teacher within, the Adi mantra that connects us to those that have gone before us, connects us to the teacher within. Inhale, exhale, inhale to begin. Inhale deeply. Retain that breath. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Eyes focus up and in. Exhale. Mantra. And some may not understand or know what mantra is all about. The literal meaning, mantra, man, mind, trang, projection. It's the mind projection through sound, right? Being able to master the mind projection through sound. Something important as we're living our life so that our mind is not just used by the influx of data that is coming from the outside, that we are able to consolidate ourselves, quiet and filter out the noise that's coming in through the abundant data that's flowing in through our society today, and focus on our own projection from our own inspiration that flows from our own soul. That is what brings peace and a sense of one's destiny. This month, we're going to flow through some very important aspects of life. This first video will be an introduction, and we'll dive into the technology of mantra and how to really apply it. Then we'll move into abundance, really about wealth. You know, if we look at 3HO, healthy, happy, holy, but really that aspect of wealth, right? Having our health, being joyous, and also being centered in the truth of who we are. And we'll get into some mantra with regard to relationships and family, as well as being invincible.
Yes.
In these times where...
And victorious.
Yes, absolutely victorious. So let's dive into this first segment where we'll get into a little bit of the technology so that you'll understand the power that you are using. So first there is the aspect of language. Now Yogi Bhajan taught us that language, the ancient linguistics of the yogis used language in two forms, right? Two kind of grammatical forms. There was one that we understand today around structure, and then there was the aspect of how you experienced the sound. What did it evoke? What changes occurred? And this is where we are with the technology of mantra, because this aspect of the language was viewed according to the impact and the transformation that it brought about, particularly enhancing the human being's capacity to heal. And also we know now that there are also other aspects which deal with literally generating or creating miracles?
You know, creating miracles, I think, is a natural part of life. Life is miraculous by nature, and I think that the programming is so dense and thick out there that we've forgotten that, and we've forgotten our original ways of synchronizing with our own being and with the earth and in the oneness of all that is. When we return to our natural state of well-being, they naturally occur in our lives. And these mantras that we're sharing with you in this technology is really about peeling the layers, you know, to get back to what Yogi Bhajan would say, the original you. So we're just peeling the layers, and the mantras, they help to cut through the negativity. The yogis look at the tongue like the sword that cuts through negativity. And we've adapted this way in modern times of speaking negatively about ourselves, about other people, and that really takes up so much energy to manage, because it's negative energy, and negative energy takes management. Positive energy doesn't take any management, it just flows. And so when we use our tongue, our sword, to cut through the negativity and really use this technology of mantra, there is one way to do it. That is one way to access that direct, clear channel to our true self, is to chant away our, ills, our karma, our negativity, and access our original self.
That is something needed today, ladies and gentlemen. So going into the physiological effect of generating these consonants and vowels, there is something that was discovered about this body in the ancient times, about these meridians that flow across the roof of the mouth. And so as the tongue creates the sound of the consonants, you begin to vibrate the upper palate along these meridian channels, and it causes this vibration to pulse up into the midbrain, right, where the pituitary, thalamus, hypothalamus, and pineal glands are, that works as a system. We look at it as a celestial system that begins to secrete, right? Celestial because these are considered the heavenly chakras, right? The 5th, 6th, and 7th. So we're in the celestial realms. And when you pulse these meridians on the palate, you begin to secrete, cause a pulsing within that internal celestial system, and it begins to secrete the celestial neurotransmitters, neural hormones, neuropeptides. So you begin to experience your infinite self. You begin to vibrate with the cosmos in alignment with miracle creating. For example, if you make the sound N, you feel where the tongue falls in the upper palate. But if you combine N with another consonant G, do it with me. You can feel another position being activated, and you should feel the back of the tongue rise to meet the soft part of the upper palate, which is indicating two different places, of those meridian channels, and it creates different vibrations within the mind. Like in the Adi mantra, we have Namo, right? So you can feel the movement of the tongue on the upper palate. And you'll learn more about this pronunciation a little later. But this is at the crux, this is at the foundation of what is beginning to generate the feeling, right, of being infinite, right? The feeling of connecting to this invincible being that you are. So now we'll dive into a bit of the application now as you begin to go into the mantra with regard to how you're projecting with this sound.
There are a few things that we want to focus on when we chant. One of them is projection. And projection comes from using the navel. And in this meditation, this mantra meditation we're going to share with you, this is the real demonstration of that. The other thing is pronunciation. You want to use and move your mouth and the tip of the tongue to activate and hit those points in the upper palate, which is the keyboard to the brain, which is the computer, right? So the pronunciation, the projection, and of course the devotion at the heart center. You really want to feel it and invoke that sense of devotion. Like you're chanting to your own soul, you're chanting to the unseen, you're chanting to the liberator, the sustainer, okay? So this meditation is a meditation to really create miracles this mantra particularly brings prosperity, happiness, and saves us from calamities. Yogi Bhajan says it is the sound current which brings a shield and brings good luck and removes discomfort and disease. I think he covered everything there, right? It is the key and doorway to self-elevation. So the mantra is Har 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 Gobinde, okay? And there's a particular, and then Mukande, and we go on and on. I'll share it with you. So the hands are up, and what we're doing is opening and closing the hands in conjunction with the navel moving with the 4 Hars, okay? So it goes like this. Har 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 Gobinde, Har 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 Mukande, Har 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 Udare, Har 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 Apare, Har 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 Haryang, Har 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 Karyang, Har 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 Niname, Har 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 Akame. That was a long demonstration, but that's the mantra. So if you click on the link below, you can go straight to Spirit Voyage. You can download a version of it and get the words. And so let's just do a couple of minutes together with the eyes closed and see how it feels. So the important thing here is that you're really squeezing the navel and bringing it up as you open and close the hands, okay? The eyes are just simply closed, okay? So let's go for a couple of minutes and let's begin. Har 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 Gobinde, Har 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 Mukande, Har 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 Udare, Har 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 Apare, Har 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 Haryang, Har 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 Karyang, Har 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 Niname, Har 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 Akame, Har 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 Gobinde, Har 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 Mukande, Har 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 Udare, Har 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 Apare, Har 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 Haryang, Har 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 Karyang, Har 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 Niname, Har 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 Akame, Har 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 Gobinde, Har 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 Mukande, Har 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 Udare, Har 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 Apare, Har 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 Haryang, Har 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 Karyang, Har 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 Niname, Har 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 Akame. Deep inhale and squeeze that root lock, rise all the energy to the brow point, and exhale. So the translation, we wanted to give it to you before we finished. Har is the infinite divinity, right? We use that a lot in Kundalini Yoga. Gobinde, sustainer. Mukande, liberator. Udare, enlightener. Apare, infinite. Haryang, destroyer. Karyang, creator. Niname, nameless. Akame, desireless. Okay, so there is the mantra. Click below get a version that you really love and do it for 40 days and create some miracles of prosperity, happiness, well-being. Just a great one to take on.
And even going through your day, just realize how you're projecting your voice. Are you using your navel? Are you coming from your heart? Or is it just the mind is just dumping? Right? Be conscious with the way you use your words. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for the next installment.
Sat Nam.